kind of part of the show, you know? Like, it wasn't meant to be a bit. It was just, you know, I rant from time to time.
But people like it when you say that ahead of it, you know?
Yeah.
Because you do story time anyway, but people feel like you didn't unless you say it's story time with Tim. You know, he could do the exact same thing, but if you didn't say it, you'd all be like, why didn't you say story time tonight? You'd be like, I ran my mouth. What do you want? You know?
That's what he always says, that when someone's like, story time, he goes, the whole show is story time with Tim. But well, you know, we'll talk about this next song because it's a special song. You know, I'm looking around, I see a lot of kind eyes, so I feel like I can be honest with you about a sensitive subject. There was a period of time in my life where I wanted nothing to do with country music.
Hey man, we've all been there. I grew up on a dirt road and was made fun of knowing every word to sold whenever I was in the first grade. And I was like, you guys know the song too. Why are you making fun of me? It's a thing.
It's a thing, you know, and I was raised on country music. I love it. It's in my blood. But, you know, that was my parents' music. So I became a teenager, and I'm like, I need to find my music. And I thought I had found it when 94.1 came to Southeast Texas, the first pop station. And I was like, what is this magical sound? I even remember the song, the particular song that I heard, and I was like, this is just ambrosia from heaven. The song was The Sign by Ace of Base. And I just remember hearing that, and I was like, yeah. I saw the sign. Why did she say it like that? Sign. Anyway, at the time, you know, I thought it was incredible.
Sign? Wait a minute, hold on. I thought it was I saw the sun.
It's sign.
It's oh my God, where have I been?
But at that one part, she makes it 2 syllables. I saw the sign. Anyway. Dumbass 13-year-old me thought it was incredible, and I was like, I'm going to dedicate my life to this form of artistry. And I can, you know, right now I hear how silly that is to come out of my mouth with this voice and this accent. I think I'd be a pop singer is kind of silly. But, you know, at the time, there was like a 10-year period there where I thought I didn't want anything to do with country music. Fast forward to I'm in college, and I'm at a friend's house, and her mom is watching CMT in the other room. Marissa's here, so I guess we'll give you a history lesson. Back in the 1900s, music videos only existed on the television. And you had no control over it either. You couldn't just pick up your remote and say, play me this video. They just happened. And if you liked what you heard, you had to stare at the bottom left-hand corner of the screen until the song was over. And the reason you had to do that is because for about 2 seconds at the end of a music video, they would put up the song title, the artist, and if you can read quick enough, maybe the name of the CD, the label, that kind of stuff. And the reason you had to, you know, be so diligent about that and not blink is that back in those days, when something came on the TV, you didn't know if you would ever see it ever again. You know, luckily with music videos, if they were good, they might come back around an hour later, maybe a day later. But maybe not. And especially with TV shows, remember just like sitcoms and stuff? If you missed it, that was it. You just never got to see it ever again. And so, what's that? Yeah, until now. And so, not just that. You know, it was a period of time where if you were wondering about something, you didn't know the answer to a question, you had to just ask people around you. Like, hey, do you know the answer to this? And if they said no, you had to go to the library. Remember that? And if the library didn't have a book on that particular subject, you just had to make your peace with not knowing the answer to that question. You'll never know what that's like. Forever, your whole life, you can just go, hey, how does the sun work? And your phone tells you, you know? We just had to look up at it and wonder. So anyway, I'm in the other room and I hear something on CMT that is amazing. I mean, it sounded so much better than anything I'd heard on pop radio for the last 10 years. So I run in there and I stare at the bottom left-hand corner of the screen for the rest of the song. And at the end, what pops up is the debut single from a brand new band called Rascal Flatts. That's right. You have Rascal Flatts to thank for me being back in country music, because that is what made me interesting. And so give it up for Rascal Flatts, everybody. They changed the game. I mean, I know they inspired the hell out of all of us.
Gary LeVox changed his name to LeVox. It means the voice in like Latin or French or Italian. It doesn't really matter which, I don't know how they spell them all, but that's what it says, the voice. And, of all the people that can do that, he can do that.
He sure can.
Yeah.
And I can't sing like Gary LeVox, turns out. So we're going to have Pennsylvania's own Chris Chatham sing this for you.